Hello everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to revamp your cabinets. A few of the products you would want to have is definitely your deglosser, your sanding block, your brush, some gloves, and some plastic drops definitely, and a tack cloth. The primer you'll be using today is the Extreme Bond Primer, and your top coat will be Pro Classic, Semi-Gloss, or Gloss, your choice. First step to do is pour some of the deglosser on an old rag and wipe it on thoroughly. You want to leave this product on your surface approximately 10 minutes before removing it with warm water. Then you want to sand down your surface with a 120 to 240 grit. I forget which one this one was, but just slightly sand for it to have a better grip with the primer. You want to repeat this exact same process with the rest of your surface. It's still going to look a bit shiny, but as long as you did your steps correctly and you sanded it a bit, it will adhere very well. After this, you would want to use these little cardboard blocks in order to create a stand for your doors, and then you want to use the tack cloth to remove any excess dust because you do not want that mixed in with your primer and then create lumps throughout your surface. That is not professional nor cute. You want to make sure you remove the dust from both sides because you'll be painting both sides. After that, you will be using the primer, priming the entire surface. I used water-based primer, but if you have many stains throughout your cabinets, I suggest oil-based because the oil-based primer will lock in any stains, and then that way your top coat looks very professional and refined and beautiful. But I used water-based, but in the future I would definitely use oil-based because, you know, safe than sorry. I did approximately 3 coats of this same primer just to have that great coverage on there, and because the primer just goes a really long way, 1 gallon still have half a gallon left. So this is 2 coats of primer, and this is 2 coats of primer on the doors. You will still see some of the brown, but that's why we have 3 coats. It's very matte finish, very nice, but now on to the top coat. So you will be doing the same exact process with the primer as you will with the top coat. The only difference is that the top coat has shine in it. So this is the 3rd coat of Pro Classic, and I decided to do 3 coats because it was so much paint left, and it's just always best to be safe than sorry because you're always leaving some little section unpainted at some point on the door. So with 3 coats, I had to have gotten all of the sections well painted out. Another great thing about Pro Classic is that it dries very quickly, so that's a benefit and a disadvantage. So you want to be very careful with how much you apply per coat so that you're able to work it very well. And then you also want to give it at least 2 to 4 hours in between before the next coat. With the top coat, you definitely want to give it 4 hours. With primer, you give it 2. So I gave it a day in between because I worked on this project at night after work. But if you're doing it throughout a weekend, you could definitely do it 4 hours in between each coat. Before applying it back onto the surface, I gave it about another day so that it could be nice and dry. And I also painted the hinges in order to complete the look I was going for. I also used this roller, but it's unnecessary because Pro Classic tends to level on its own, so it's unnecessary. And always make sure you don't have any excess paint drippage because it will create clumps, and that's not cute. Like so. You gotta make it work. Oh, shout out to my fiance who helped me prep all of my doors, otherwise this would have took me a whole lot longer. So after that, you will see the finished look once I'm done that side. So my walls are light French gray and my backsplash is tricorn black. This is not everybody's cup of tea, but this was my vision and I hope you guys like it. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe, comment below for any questions or concerns.